All right, Coach. Big 82-73 win for your team tonight against Bridgeport. Really important game. It's only February 2nd, but it just kind of had like that March feel to it. They came in second place in the league. You guys are in third. Everybody's really jockeying for position as the conference tournament gets closer, and you guys really did yourselves a favor in the hunt for a top 2 seed.
Well, it's a long way to go, and there's a lot of games to be played. We have 5 left, but we knew we were playing a really good team that was ahead of us in the standings, that had beaten us back in December, and we knew we had to play. And I think one of the real good things for us was we didn't shoot well. We shot 6 of 21 from 3, way below our average. They guarded us very well, but we won doing some of the things we don't normally do. We rebounded very well. We've been defending well. We didn't defend well in the first half, and the second half we defended like we have to defend. So I think there were some real good moments by us. In the second half, we were real tough. We answered the bell. We challenged at halftime some guys, and guys, I thought we were really good in the second half, and real good team win. A lot of guys, played, contributed, and just a really good team win for us.
They got out to a really hot start. They were leading by 15 at one point in the first half. How important is it for you guys? And as you said, you guys were not shooting the ball well, especially from 3-point range. They did a really good job defending the 3-point shot for you guys. How important is it, though, when a team comes out that hot to just kind of weather the storm and stay close? And I thought Supreme Hannah was big for you early, just kind of single-handedly kept you close.
Yep, that's what we had to do. You kind of ride out their hot streak, and we thought that if we could kind of get ourselves set, get to halftime at a decent number, and we did, except for the coach getting a technical, so made it a little worse. But it was, we got it. I thought we stayed in shouting distance, and that's where we were. And then we came out in the second half, and we really played smart and tough, and we were really committed to coming back. And the guys did it. Very proud of them. They played really hard tonight.
You end up outscoring them 48-31 in the second half. They were up too. It was 59-57 with about 8.5 minutes to go, and you guys went on a 20-6 run. Big key to that was Deion Hamilton.
Yes, and Deion was one of the guys we challenged at halftime because he had not looked good in the first half, offensively nor defensively. But in the second half, he played like Deion can play. And he was aggressive. He was attacking the basket. He made one circus shot. But how about defensively, too, at the top of the 1-3-1 zone? He was deflecting the ball. He caused a 10-second violation. Just really was like Deion. He really played well.
Deion finished. He started 0 for 6 from the field. He made his last 4 shots, added a couple free throws, finished with 11 points, all of those in the second half. Kind of similar to the last game you played, which was a road win at Mercy. You guys were trailing by 11 with about 12 minutes to go in that one. Went on a big run late, and it was Deion Hamilton in that one too. What does that say about your team? And you're constantly not giving up, fighting back, and making plays down the stretch.
Well, I think it's easy sometimes to play from a lead and play from ahead. But we've talked about it. We haven't had, until the Mercy game, we really hadn't had a situation where we were down a lot and had to come back. Even the early games at the beginning of the year with Slippery Rock and Caldwell and Dominican, we pretty much played from in front. And plus we had a stretch here with UDC and LIU Post where we shot unbelievably. And it got us, extended our lead, and then we were just playing where they were chasing us the whole game. These last 2 games, we haven't had that. And that's what you're going to get through the course of the season. Is you're going to, some games you're going to only lead at the buzzer, and that's all you want, and that's all you have to do. And today I thought it was really good for us to be down, be down double figures in the second half and still keep fighting, get it. We got it down right away into a real manageable number. We tied it. They'd make a play, we'd make a play, but we really made some real good plays down the stretch of the game, the last 8 minutes or so, to contribute to that run.
They tried a couple different things defensively, but the one thing that they seemed intent on doing was staying tight to shooters on the perimeter, and they were at times almost content to let guys drive to the basket and take shots inside. Now, they've got a 6'9" center that's in the top 10 in the country in blocks, so it seems to make sense. But a lot of Supreme's points. Supreme ended up with 17 points. A lot of his were going to the basket, and Arif Mamaitai ends up with 30 points, and a lot of his were going to the basket.
Arif had 9 twos. Usually Arif has a big number. He's hitting a bunch of threes. Today he had 9 twos, and he got some offensive rebounds. I thought there were some, we drove, and if we didn't score, there were a couple big plays, like Jesse Lalka kept a rebound alive and got us a 2 off of that. Another time, Jeff Redband tipped it, and Arif was able to clean up the garbage, pick it up, and score it when everybody was kind of over where Redband was. So it was, I think we made those plays. In the first half, when we got down, we took a timeout. We said, hey, all the 50-50 balls are going to Bridgeport. They were getting all the hustle plays, and we in the second half, really toward the end of the first half and then the whole second half, I thought we were much more aggressive in going to get those balls. We didn't get them all because Bridgeport's really good, but we got enough to get us a win.
You mentioned Jeff Redband. He's been on quite a hot streak. He's shooting nearly 60% from 3 coming into today in the last 3 weeks. What does it say about him? He was obviously a focal point of their defensive effort. They were not going to let him just bomb away from 3-point range like he's been doing. So they really took that away from him. But when you look at the stat sheet, he plays 31 minutes. He still gets 13 points and 8 rebounds. What does it say for him as a redshirt freshman for the other team to take away what he does best and still find a way to contribute?
It says a lot. It says a lot about him. He's a really good player, and he's a chance to be a very special player here at Daemen. He helps us in so many ways. I think people look at him and say, well, shooter, shooter, shooter. But if you watch the game closely, defensively, he's very good. He won games early in the year when he wasn't shooting well. He made big plays down the stretch against Dominican. I think against Caldwell, he made big defensive plays. Just coming up with a loose ball, coming up with a rebound, deflecting a pass, switching out at the right time. He's very smart, and he makes those type of plays. And, tough to maintain a 60% percentage from 3. Today's law of averages. It comes down where he goes 1 of 5. But he's like you said, he helped us other ways. He made free throws. He hasn't been to the free throw line a whole lot this year, and sometimes that's tough when you haven't been to the free throw line a lot to make them. And he made all 4 pressure ones down the stretch at the end of the game, and he wanted the ball, and it's really good to see.
Another guy that helped you at the free throw line, and by the way, your team shoots 20 of 22 from the line tonight. It's certainly a big part of the win. But a guy that helped you at the line, and a guy I want to ask you about, he's really an unheralded guy on your team, and that's J.J. Wilkes. He comes in off the bench for you, senior point guard. Just what does he bring to the team? He was 5 of 6 from the line tonight.
J.J. and I have a unique relationship where we yell at each other, but we love each other and respect each other. But he was mad he hadn't played a lot more in the first half, and he wanted to go in. So I said, all right, get in there and see what you can do. And from that moment on, he change the intensity on our team. And that's what we've needed him to do coming off the bench, is to be able to change the intensity and give us a little bit of the old spark off the bench. And he did that tonight. He was great. And, Darius Garvin got hit in the nose at the beginning of the second half. We took him out, and it was tough to get JJ back out. So we were able to kind of juggle some of the minutes. But JJ did so many good things. It was he's playing really well. And even though he was 0 for 5 today, he did a simple thing, is set a screen on an out-of-bounds play that got Arif wide open for a 3 right in front of the bench in the second half, which was a big shot.
Kind of a weird stretch coming up for your team here, being that the calendar says February. You don't play for 6 days now. You got a road game at NYIT next Wednesday. Then you don't play for a full week again. What is the plan moving forward here?
Well, it is different. But we're going to look at it as a positive in that we're going to be able to get some rest. Some guys played a lot of minutes tonight, and that was a little bit by design, knowing we don't play again till next week. So we're going to get some days off. We can kind of tinker on some things that we have to get better at. But you're right, is from we have 2 games over the next 2 weeks, so we're like the Bills. We play every week now, and we're going to have to. We have to work hard in practice to make sure we keep our rhythm, because we have done some very good things. And I thought tonight, we had taken a couple extra days, 2 days off this week after the Mercy game. And I thought tonight, early on, we kind of lost our rhythm a little bit. But once we found it, we settled in. You can't argue with the results. So I think by the end of the year, Mike, this will really help us, this stretch, because we will be rested. And we know that after NYIT, we have a week when then we play Stack. After that, we come into a stretch where we play a normal Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday to finish out the year. So we want to make sure we're fully fresh, healthy, and going into that stretch with a lot of bounce in our step. And then hopefully, the playoffs. I don't know if we've clinched a spot or not, but I hope we're getting close. And if we can get a spot in the playoffs, then this again will help us, I think, at the end, because we should be fresh by the end of the year.
Well, if you're going to be like the Bills, when you take the court at NYIT next Wednesday, just make sure you got enough guys on the field.
Yeah, we'll make sure we put 10 on.
All right. Good luck, Coach.